only way to get rid of the ex officio position is if it's eliminated, and it's going to take this council body to do it. Otherwise, it goes on, and the commission members vote according to the articles of incorporation and the bylaws that are established for them. So the only way to get rid of it is to change it. So yes, I think that it needs to be changed, and I think it needs to be dealt with if that's what the majority of this council body feels. Yes.
Are you finished?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go ahead the floor. I have hesitation in getting rid of the term ex officio. In particular to this, I don't have it in front of me. I have no problem with making it silent.
Yeah.
But I have a problem with getting rid of the term ex officio. When you have 3 documents that are governing this, being state law, bylaws, and articles of incorporation, and I do not have them in front of me right here today, all of them to review quickly to know what the ramifications of that would be. My apprehensions in the past, and in fact when we voted to change the agent of record and the address, I voted no. It's not because I don't agree with bringing these articles or these documents up to date and have them in line, but there was a very specific, for lack of a better term, craft used in creating our articles of incorporation, and I do not want to jeopardize the authority that was given with that to the council body. So I'm very cautious. It's not, Ms. Comartin and I have, asked for a moratorium. We've called for committee of the wholes. We've submitted 26 different questions on things that we thought needed to be investigated over a year ago on these issues regarding the building authority. So I'm comfortable with the making it silent, eliminating the $50. I'm comfortable to the extent of acknowledging the agent of record and the address at this point, but eliminating the term ex officio, I would be hesitant to do. Mr. Bacamino.
You're making a lot of sense to me, Madam President, because I didn't look at it at that point in that regard, but I guess, I don't know, wouldn't it be just simpler if we just said, leave the law like it is and just refuse the check, and then future ex officios, future council, if they want to take a check, they can. If they don't, they don't. Just then it doesn't involve us. Everything stays as is, and we just move forward, because it seems like we're changing something which I'm not comfortable. Obviously, you've expressed some reservations. Other people that have taken checks in the past have moved forward and just returned them. If in future ex officios down the road, I don't want to dictate to some other council member in the future, it's not fair to them. If they want to be on as ex officio or liaison, whatever term you want, and get paid, that's their choice.
Madam President.
It seems like we're doing a lot here, and I don't understand what the term silent means, so I would like to the chair, maybe Judge Biernack could just tell me, what does the silent mean? Does it reduce the power? Is it just strictly about the pay?
Well, no, my opinion never addresses the pay, really, when you analyze the opinion. What the opinion addresses is membership on that committee, which is precluded by statute, specifically affirmatively excluded. It's clear as can be. There's no question about what it means or anything. It's there. And what I think happened here is that in an attempt to establish lines of communication between the building authority and the council, this idea of ex officio, this term ex officio was used. It's an unfortunate use of a phrase, because you're not appointed as an ex officio. You are ex officio by virtue of your office. In other words, when under our charter, the mayor is automatically, because he's mayor, on a number of committees, he's an ex officio member of those committees, for instance, that's by virtue of his office. So we can't make a person ex officio. That person could only act in, say, a liaison fashion. That was my opinion. It's based upon the research we've done.
I understand.
And as I said, It's unfortunate, it's an unfortunate use of the term. That's what it is. And the solution may be, if it is the goal of this council to keep the lines of communication open, you might, and I suggested it, you might term that person a liaison, but that person as a liaison is not a member of that committee. So the elimination of ex officio still leaves open the possible use of a liaison.
Okay, and the question that follows on the heels of that is that since we brought up maybe it should be, if you call it liaison or just silent, could you explain the difference?
If it was,
is there a difference between liaison and silent?
If it was silent, my opinion would be that it's within the purview of this body to create a liaison, since they're not creating a member in the Building Authority Commission.
Now, do we as council have a right then to, just to speed up the process, because either just refuse checks, is that against the law, or?
Pardon?
Refuse the check, is that it seems like easier just to say, I refuse it, I'm not taking the check anymore, let's move forward, and then future council that get elected could, if they choose to take the check, want to. I'm just looking for an easier way.
See, if you can't be a member, if you can't be a member, how can you receive the check? Unless say you're a liaison and,
gotcha.
And this body decides to compensate you for your time because it's extraordinary time. Well, whatever. They can do that. They can do that. That's
Could we leave it as it is right now, ex officio, and then just move forward and not accept checks? I guess it seems to me that would be easier. Or do we have to take it, I guess? I don't know. I just don't want to handcuff the future council, but if this is what we have to do, I'll do whatever we have to do to move forward, because this issue is just getting to be old, and I just don't.
Ex officio was used to solve a problem, and unfortunately it was misused. That's all I'm saying. And because it was misused and that person can't be a member, they can't get paid as a member. Now, this body could appoint somebody as a liaison, I believe, and this body has the authority to compensate that person on a per diem basis if that's what they wish to do.
Madam Chair.
Thank you.
Mr. Liss.
I'm not that concerned about handicapping or handcuffing or straitjacketing future councils. They can unhandicap themselves. They'll have that power.
Well said. Any other council members?
Madam Chair.
Mr. Stevens.
Thank you. Ex officio's been thrown around, liaison's been thrown around, being silent's been thrown around. Who can tell me what is the purpose of the ex officio or liaison? What is their purpose to be on that or to attend those meetings? Ms. Kumartin, I mean, you've been on there for what, 7 years? So, I mean, I guess I'm asking, if I may, through the chair to Ms. Kumartin, what is the purpose of the ex officio / liaison or whatever we're calling it?
Madam Chair, thank you. Basically, with the ex officio, I participate in the meeting. The only ability with the bylaws and the law and the way it's stated, I'm from another office. I participate in the meetings during the conversation. I don't wait to the end. Liaison usually waits to the end, does not say anything, does not participate in the meeting. I am a non-voting member, and it stipulates that in there. In the law, it says directly. So as a liaison, I can communicate with the commission members as we're going through.
And the purpose of that is for?
Oversight for the council. That was the whole thing from the conception of it when you go back to the minutes.
So that if something is going on, then you can report it back to the council?
It is to participate, and yes.
If something happens, something out of the ordinary, money's being misspent or something like that, then you can report it back to the council?
Yes, just like the lawsuit that I brought back to here. that all the board members were
Okay.
working on and the
So.
lawsuit that happened
Like,
with that.
yeah, and like when the valve on the fire suppression system went out at Joe Coach, I emailed everybody, told them what was going on, different things like that. So you
Those
let
type
it,
of
keep us
things.
abreast of what's happening and stuff like that.
Yep.
That's your purpose. That was your purpose for 7 years.
Madam Chair,
I still have the floor, thank you.
just asking for the floor, that's all.
Okay. And so what is meant by being silent? Because I guess from the complaints that I've heard from the audience or the people that brought this to us, Mr. Sawyer and Ms. DiGivardi, our ex officio or liaison, whatever you call it, has been silent for the last 7 years. Because they had numerous complaints, they brought them to me, they brought them to all of us.
Mr. Stevens.
And there was
when-
a lot of silence, and now we're hearing something about it, unfortunately.
Madam Chair,
Mr. List.
I haven't heard too many reports from the Planning Commission either.
Or the,
Ms. Vogt and I are working on a joint report.
Okay, look, I don't want to get into this. We have an issue before us in regards to the building authority. We can go back and forth on who doesn't report or who does. Ms. Vogt.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We have, in fact, I think at the last meeting, requested committee of the whole. I'd suggested a closed session to discuss the attorney-client privilege opinion that we received that I understand everybody's seen it. There was no, that privilege was long gone. So we don't need a closed session, but we do need a committee of the whole. And I think that would be the proper place for further discussion on this, or to all be laid out so we know exactly what it is we're voting on. So what I would suggest is that along with the other issues that we've tabled to a committee of the whole, we table this to a committee of the whole and ask that Mr. Sadowski please get it scheduled for us so we can get it done.
I have a motion to
Support.
table by Ms. Vogt, support to table by Mr. Stevens. Ms. Vogt.
Yes to table.
Mr. Stevens.
Yes to table to the committee of the whole.
Mr. Sadowski.
Yes.
Mr. Liss.
No.
Mr. Green.
Yes.
Mr. Bacamino.
Yes.
Ms. Comartin.
yes.
Mr. Warner.
Yes.
Camp, yes. The item was tabled 8-1.
Next agenda item, 18C from Councilman Mark Liss, Elected Officials Compensation Commission as amended to add section 2-187.
That's it, Madam Chair.
Mr. Liss.
Move the resolution to amend the ordinance, the Elected Officials Compensation Commission ordinance, to add section 2.187